The AI. AI is one of my buzzword topics that I like. Two snippets of information I picked up. I think just this morning on Instagram, or it was on LinkedIn, saw that as always, Dubai is on the cutting edge of modern technology. I think the prince, I forget his name, that was responsible for the AI initiative, had said something that they want to be the first country that has 10,000 AI initiatives or corporations by a certain time, which I think is ambitious, and I think it sets vision, it sets tone, it sends opportunity out there. But I'm going to go to a different report that I recently saw, which I sense. One of the big problems that a lot of companies are facing with the AI initiative is concerning is a lot of them have pressure from the top to do something, but the what and the why is not clear.
Yeah.
So, it's kind of this blind, hey, we're doing something on AI, we don't know why we're doing it, and if we do something, we don't know what it's good for. There's a lot of, in Germany, we would say a lot of empty kilometers being run because people feel the pressure, but and I think that's another, and I think the constructive part of this statement is, I don't think anybody doubts the fact that AI has potential, but I think part of what good leadership is the ability and the willingness to dare to think independently and ask yourself the question, and when somebody says we need AI, is to ask yourself the question, why do we need it?
Yeah, and what I'm talking about, the AI leadership, is not whether we need it or not. Eventually, we're all going to need it. I'm saying also, on top of what you're saying as well, is that how do I manage a workforce, organizations that are going to be AI dependent? Yeah. Because then, remember what AI is doing. There's pros and cons, in my opinion. People stop thinking on their own. They become less empathetic. They become more dependent on AI. Their sense of creativity is out the door. And of course, they become more efficient also. Yeah, so therefore, you need to increase your efficiency as well. Yeah. The guy of the NVIDIA's CEO, when he had a coding conference, and one of the coders stood up and he says, with AI and ChatGPT, coding becomes accessible to everybody. What's the new coding language? And he goes, English. Start knowing how to speak to the thing and become a good prompt engineer. And a lot of people use it like they use Google. Yeah. So therefore, even us, as leaders, we need to be leaders of the future. We become not only the organization future-proof, but you as a leader, if you don't know what AI and how to use AI, those kids that are 20, 25 years old, they're going to come and take your job in no time.
So I'm not convinced of that. I'm not.
Hold on a second.
I think they're going to have
Hold on, I'm not finished. So the reason is I'm saying is AI is not going to replace people. But AI... people are going to disappear people who don't know how to use AI. That's what it is. It's not that AI is going to replace people, but people who know how to use AI, it's a leverage. Exactly, it's going to give them leverage. That's exactly what I was talking about. That's what I'm saying. Leaders today must be on that gravy train.
It's a new tool. It's a new weapon. I don't want to like the word weapon, but it's a new powerful tool that if we don't know how to use, you're going to have a disadvantage towards other people who are just as good as you and do know how to use it.
A workforce that's depending on it as well.
I think the reason I picked this topic out is, once again, I don't want to poo-poo on AI. I think there's a huge potential, but I think it has an even greater potential for true leadership. Where I had Alyssa Farrow on many podcasts ago who talked about this, and I said, where does one start as a company that wants to look at AI? And she says the first thing you have to do is you have to sit down and you have to ask yourself the difficult questions. What are our principles? What do we want? What is the overall picture? I think that's the responsibility of leadership, not just to say, hey, let's do AI and then leave it up to everybody else to kind of figure it out. I think it's a difficult landscape. It requires some thinking, right? And AI is not going to do the thinking for you. Is to ask yourself the question, where do we need AI? What are the weaknesses? How do we prevent the weaknesses before we all jump on the bandwagon? Are we doing it differently? And I'm going to give you an example. I think, and you know, since you have a strong service background as well, right? Customer satisfaction. I think one of the biggest potentials that we have, negative potentials we have with AI, is that we're going to have less human interaction. And if we're not careful, whatever bad practice you have will be accelerated. I don't know if you know the famous Little Britain sketch where, you know, somebody tips into the computer and it says, computer says no, right? That's a big danger that we have. And that doesn't mean you can't alleviate that. But I think the bottom line is AI is not going to relieve us of our responsibility. So,
no, it's not.
Although AI is the beginning of that word, AI leadership, actually what comes before and after the word AI is leadership.
Yeah. Exactly. Leadership in the age of AI, so to speak.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's important.